Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. Let's take a look at what's in store today.
So to begin with, let's take a look at the new set item for Diablo. So this is Wildfire Order. Your Firestorm now becomes a Wildfire, increasing its damage bonus from 50% to 85% with 2 set items equipped. Wildfire also conjures a Wildfire Tornado that drags nearby enemies to its centre, dealing 5,938 damage to all enemies within the area. Cannot occur more often than once every 6 seconds with 4 items equipped. Now that damage number may change because it looks a bit inaccurate on this test build here. So with 6 items equipped for this, Wildfire also grants you fanning the flames for 12 seconds, causing all your attacks to deal wind damage, allowing them to trigger Wildfire. Fanning the flames also reduces Wildfire Tornado's cooldown by 1.5 seconds. Fanning the flames cannot occur more often than once every 40 seconds, and that is with 6 set items equipped. So this looks like a quite interesting set. It would be really good for Barbarian, which is obviously the class that I'm currently playing for this test build. So I believe that this could be pretty good in PvP. So we're going to head now to the blacksmith and have a look at the names of all the different pieces for this set. Obviously there's going to be 2 rings and 2 bracelets, as well as the neck, the hand, the belt and the feet or boots. So having a look here, so you'll be able to craft this after Inferno 4, and just to show you here, so you can farm it and also craft it from Inferno 4 onwards. So Blazing Pursuit is the name of the belt. Then moving on, we have, as I said, the boots, the gloves, the neck, rings and bracelets. So Death of Contempt, which is the boots that I already have. Charlie's Grasp on the glove. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but let's just go with that. The neck is Chained Crew, so you can see they all look quite different. This is going to stand out compared to the other set items, so it'll be easy to see when you farm it. Allies in Troubled Times is the first ring, and Reckless Ally is the second ring. And then looking at the bracelets, we've got Duties of a Windshaper and Raven's Duty as well. So those are all the pieces that are available in this set. And obviously you've got the bonuses at 2 pieces, 4 pieces and 6 pieces. Unfortunately, I don't have any wisps to craft more of this set. As you can see, I've not been farming dungeons on this test build. I've basically just been using it to have a look at all of the new content and film bits to share with you guys as well. So we're now going to take a look at the new essences for a couple of classes. So we're going to look at the essences for Wizard, for Necromancer, and it feels rude not to look at them for Barbarian, as that is a class that I'm currently playing. So starting off, we'll take a look at the essences for Wizard. Starting with the helm, we've got Immolator's Cowl. Scorch now emits a blast wave around you, damaging and burning nearby enemies. So this looks like this could work really nicely with that new set, especially if you've got another skill that will actually give you that firestorm effect. A cursed arrival on the shoulder. Teleport also increases the damage you deal with skills by 20% for 3 seconds. Nice to see something that actually damages or increases, skill damage there. 4 demon investment on the chest. Frostfield also generates an elemental aura around you, triggering additional elemental effects when you're attacking enemies. Stalking Wind on the pants. Teleport now blinks you to a target location, unleashing a vortex that damages and knocks enemies into the air. So this one will be quite interesting to test out, especially in PvP. Sounds a little bit like some of the monk skills and tempest skills that we've seen recently in battlegrounds. So I'm definitely going to test that one out in a battleground, especially as I do use teleport in my battleground builds as well. Eye Plucker on the main hand. Electrocute critical hits also shock enemies, causing them to take 4,739 damage every second for 3 seconds. So nice to see another essence for Electrocute. I don't really use that as my primary attack because I don't really see the versatility of it within my build. Cycle Stone. Ice armor now protects you within a miniature blizzard, reducing all damage you take while also chilling nearby enemies. So that might work nicely with the new Scorch essence to actually create Firestorm. So it'll be interesting to test those two out together to see if we can get that Firestorm effect and then utilize that with that new Wildfire set as well. So yeah, definitely interested to try out these new essences, and also the new pants are looking pretty strong. So for Wizard, it's nice to see some decent essences this time around because last time they were a little bit disappointing. We're also going to take a look at the Necromancer essences. So starting with the Helm's Stern Guidance. Command Skeletons now summons untargetable spectral warriors that can be ordered to rush to a location and explode, dealing damage and fearing enemies. Additionally, the spectral warriors will sacrifice themselves, exploding on enemies that are feared. So that sounds like it could be interesting in PvP for Necromancer. Cutthroat Arch Shoulder. Skeletal Mage attacks siphon the power from their targets, increasing your critical hit chance by 2%, stacking up to 12%. So nice increase there on critical hit chance. Draw Deep. Bone Armor now passively absorbs the souls of enemies you slay, generating a shield that absorbs damage and grows in strength with each kill. Additionally, Bone Armor can be activated instantly, granting you a shield of 50% of maximum power. So interesting there, a little bit of a defensive skill, and yeah, I definitely want to test that one out. Therudo Plates. Bone Armor instantly heals you for 25% of the absorbed value of the shield, so that one would work alongside that. Wilt Bloom Main Hand. Command Golem now encases you within the golem, empowering you, making you immune to knockbacks while also increasing your movement speed and reducing all damage you take. Additionally, you will gain several new abilities. Super interesting with that one. Definitely going to test that out, and I'll probably try and make a video for that depending on how long it takes me to actually get hold of that main hand. But that could be really interesting in PvP to test out. And finally, Scattered Light on the offhand. Skeletal Mage now summons untargetable spectral mages that cast Hungering Soulfire at enemies after being struck by a total loss of control effect. A spectral mage can sacrifice itself to remove the effect. Additionally, spectral mages will be summoned passively while you are in combat. So again, this one could be interesting in PvP. So going into PvP once again with an army, which you don't see many people do while playing Necromancer now. We're also going to take a look at the Barbarian essences here. Let's start off with the Helm. So we've got Terror Unburdened. Demoralize now sends you into a blinding rage that lessens your pain, reducing the damage you take while you remorselessly assault nearby enemies. So I don't know too much about the Barbarian skills, but that one does sound interesting, and hopefully it will be good for PvP for those that do play this class. Dread Desecration. Cleave can also be used while suffering from loss of control or knockback effects that makes you immune to those effects for the next 0.5 seconds. So this one will be a game changer for PvP Barbarians for sure. Death awaits on the chest. Furious Charge also shatters enemies' armor, increasing the amount of damage they take by 10% for 3 seconds. Crown's Cowardice on the pants. Furious Charge now causes you to dash to a targeted enemy, damaging all nearby enemies whilst also stunning them. So a little bit of CC there for Barbarian. Again, interesting one for PvP if you do play PvP and Barbarian. Main hand, we've got Shard Breaker. Cleave now causes you to dash forward, cleaving through all enemies. And Burden of Nothingness. Demoralize also grants you demoralizing aura for 1 second, reducing the damage to all nearby enemies by 10%. Reducing the damage of all nearby enemies by 10%. So again, some interesting essences there for Barbarian in PvP. Barbarian is still really strong in PvP, but there's some essences here that could help with some of the CC builds that a lot of Barbs seem to struggle with. So that is it from me today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're excited for these new essences like I am. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.